Hi, and welcome to Total Restoration. I'm your host, Happy Coach Kaylee, and today on Total Restoration, it's like most days on Total Restoration, we're talking about your total well-being. And today, we are coming from Genesis chapter 13, verses 5 through 13. And in this chapter and in these verses, it recounts the story of Lot and Abraham. And in this particular part of the Bible, it is talking about where Abraham and Lot were growing exponentially fast. And because they were growing so fast, meaning they were increasing in herds, increasing in wealth, really. It was too much wealth for them to be together, so they had to decide who was going to go on what side of the plane so that the other would choose the other side. I mean, how often do you ask, people at a dinner table or people when there's that last bite of food, which one do you want to take, and I'll take the other half? And most people would have to make the decision, do I give the better of me to someone else, or do I give the better of the land to someone else? Do I want to even ask them that? Do I want to just pick what I want because I'm looking out for myself, my best interest? You see, as believers, we have to be careful that we don't just automatically pick the best and the greatest thing for ourselves, and we forfeit giving God what is His. You see, Cain was guilty of that. Cain, if he had the Abraham choice, which in reality he did, he chose to keep the better of the land for himself instead of giving that as an offering to the Most High. And Abel, it was counted to him righteousness because he gave the best that he had to the Lord. He sacrificed the best. And Abraham is not immune to that either. He did the same thing. Not only was he willing to do it for Isaac, but he did it for Lot too. And he told Lot, choose the land that you want to go to, and I'll take the other. And Lot, looking upon the plain, saw that the land that he was going to choose, which was near Sodom, was flowing with milk and honey. It was beautiful. It was plentiful. It looked well nourished. It looked like he could grow some stuff, herd some stuff, live a great life. The problem is he underestimated what was happening in Sodom because he didn't know. But see, the Lord still covered Abraham, even in what may have looked like the shorter end of the stick, right? Sometimes we choose the shorter end of the stick because that's where we are right now. But your heart tells you everything. When Abraham offered Lot the better of, whichever land he wanted, there was no catch-22 to that. It wasn't, okay, God, I'm going to give him a choice, and then it wasn't a catch-22 to it. When Abraham said that, he was saying it from his heart. He was genuinely sincere. And if you're sincere, when you make similar offerings to people, then be prepared to be blessed. The Bible says that when Abraham went to his land, which was north, which was in the land of Hebron, he was promised to have that land forever. And it was also promised that his people, his population, his wealth, his everything will grow like the dust or the mist of the air, the dirt from the ground, the grains of sand. His wealth was immeasurable. And it was immeasurable because his wealth was not locked in his own ability, but it was locked in the Lord's ability to discern and to know his heart and to place him, divine appointment, where he wanted him to be. So when Lot made his decision, God was a part of the decision. When Abraham gave of himself and was willing to give his all, God was a part of that. And Abraham trusted the Lord to carry him. I want you to know that you need to trust the Lord. If there's something on your job, if there's something in your family, if there's something going on and you have to make that choice, make the right choice. Because sometimes the bigger stick is not your stick. Sometimes the bigger picture may not even be your picture, but it's somebody else's, but you fit as a part of the picture. And sometimes it is your picture. And whatever is for you, whatever is yours, because the good Lord is able to keep it. He's able to keep you and all the things that is attached to you in the palm of his hand, and nothing can pluck you out. So be encouraged, be inspired, and I trust you're going to come back next week, Wednesday, for another episode of Total Restoration. I'm your host, Kaylee, Happy Coach Kaylee, many know me as, and you can go to my website at happycoachklee.com, and I also encourage you to come to tugnetwork.us and check out every episode. And if you missed episodes, then be sure to subscribe and be a part of the group that gets all of these mailings and other materials that we put out specifically for our subscribers. We appreciate you. We love you. I love you. Again, if you want to follow me, it's happycoachklee.com. You can also follow me on Facebook at KLECoach, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at She's All That Kaylee. And I look forward to seeing you next week. bye bye for now, and I'm Happy Coach Kaylee.